Hard sports all plays. Hard sports all plays. Hard sports all plays. 365, we making a plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're out in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics living the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. Hard sport all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. Hard sports all plays.
All right, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to Easy Money, a sports betting show, Wednesday, December 6th, 2023. I'm Chris Gonzalez, joined by Tony Gonzalez. How's it going?
I'm pretty good. Not doing too bad at all.
How'd you do on your picks yesterday?
Went 3-3. Went 1-1 in my NBA and 2-2 in NHL.
I went 4-4.
I had Milwaukee. They won, but they didn't beat the point spread. Milwaukee did beat the point spread. Sorry. I had that right. I had Phoenix plus the 1.5 and they lost. So Milwaukee was good.
I was 4-4. I had Milwaukee, but I had the Suns at the plus 1.5. They ended up losing. Terrible call at the end of that game.
That's what I heard.
I don't know. I didn't know you could call a timeout when it's a loose ball and nobody has possession of it.
Yeah, I never heard of that before.
But they gave the Lakers a timeout. Not saying that Phoenix would have won the game, but that would have gave Phoenix a chance. I mean, that's a bad call. You give the Lakers the ball back, but it happens. But I will say this: the NBA and both nights of the NBA in season tournament quarterfinal games, but both nights was good. Had some good competitive games. So I mean, I think they got what they wanted out of it so far.
It seemed like the players were taking it serious. I mean, it seems that way at least.
I didn't watch a whole lot of the Bucks in the Knicks game. I was watching the IU and Michigan game, and IU was able to hold on.
How did IU look?
It didn't look too bad. They had some spurts in the second half on offense where they would go like 3.5 minutes without scoring. So they got to clean that. They got to get a little more consistent there. Defense, I thought, looked pretty good, but they were able to hold. They were able to win the game. Now they're 2-0 in the Big Ten to start out, so that's a good thing.
Yep.
And Michigan's not a top team, but they're also not a terrible team either. They got a couple impressive wins early this season, and a couple of them tournaments they were in as well. I think they beat Oregon and I forget who else. So yeah, Billy, it must be a new rule. That's the first time I've ever seen that you can call a timeout when it's during a loose ball.
Did the Phoenix coach go crazy?
Oh yeah, everybody was arguing, but it didn't do them no good. People started right away that the commissioner Adam Silver was on in their ear had a buzzer or whatever, and told them to make that call because they had to have LeBron in it. Oh yeah, there was a lot of people going crazy right after that, but no, I mean, the ball was bouncing around. Caruso's trying to get it. They're trying to get it, and LeBron calls a timeout, and the referee awarded it. I've never seen that. I thought you had that. I thought somebody had that possession of the ball, but
Maybe
I guess not.
I want to get your opinion on something real quick, and it's got to do with LeBron. Just heard these guys on TV talking about LeBron and that this tournament, if they win it, will add to his legacy. I think that's bullshit. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, I don't.
An in-season tournament, first year, is going to add to his legacy. It wouldn't add to Kobe's legacy. It wouldn't add to Jordan's legacy. That's just my opinion. I think it's horseshit. I mean, people are going to say I'm biased against LeBron. I'd feel the same way if it was Kobe or Jordan. It's a brand new thing that you're trying. I don't see where that adds to
I don't see where it
adds to your legacy. I think it's horseshit.
I don't think it adds to his legacy either.
They said it adds to his legacy.
I just find it what I find amusing about it is everybody wants to say he's the greatest of all time and all this, and hey, it's different. It's different eras of basketball, so it's hard to compare. I'm on the Jordan side of it, but I grew up watching Jordan. I was never a big Jordan fan because he always kept my favorite player and my favorite team from winning the championship. But when Jordan never had to come out and say I'm the best of all time. Everybody done it for him. With LeBron, like when he was on there talking about I'm defying the odds, beating Father Time. I'm gonna be the first. I'm trying to be the first one that gives Father Time a loss and stuff like that. If you're the best that's ever been, you don't have to keep coming out and trying to convince people that you're the best that's ever been. That is where I'm on. I'm at it. I'm tired of. I mean, you ever heard Jordan have to come out and say, "I'm the GOAT, I'm the greatest, I'm the chosen one, I'm this, I'm that." You never had that.
No.
And if you look, Jordan kept, in my opinion, this is what makes me on the Jordan side of who's the best. Jordan kept people from winning championships. When Jordan was in his prime and all that, he kept Patrick Ewing, he kept Reggie Miller, he kept people from winning championships. Everybody's won championships during the LeBron era.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I agree. And see, you talked about Jordan. I grew up Jordan too, but also there was another player that I think could be in that conversation. I'm not saying he's the greatest. It depends on who you talk to. But some older people, Billy Buzz. I'm not saying Billy would agree with me, but you could throw Kareem Abdul-Jabbar into that conversation. I'm not saying he's the greatest. If somebody comes up and tells me I disagree with him, but if they tell me LeBron's the greatest of all time, I can understand that. I mean, I can understand somebody thinking that. I can understand somebody thinking that Kareem's the greatest of all time. I can understand people thinking Jordan's the greatest of all time. And I think Jordan's the greatest. But
I could also,
that's just an opinion.
And I could also agree with what, could understand people saying that too, because I think he's underrated with what Jeff's saying. He said Larry Bird best ever, but I know people don't consider him the best ever, but I think he could be in that conversation. I think he's underrated. I don't think people talk about. People just want to talk about Larry as like he was just a 3-point shooter. No, that dude, he done everything. He would tell players what they were going to do.
I'm gonna piss some people off with this. I think Kobe Bryant was great, in my opinion. But no, in my opinion, I think Magic Johnson was better than Kobe.
Oh, I would agree.
That's just my opinion.
I would agree with that.
Of course, Magic was more in my time a little bit.
Billy said Lou Alcindor.
Yeah, Lou Alcindor.
Oh yeah, Larry Bird was a dog. He don't get nearly talked about enough. I agree. And hell, he would tell Magic and them guys what he was going to. I mean, he'd tell people what he was going to do. And they couldn't stop it. I mean, yeah. But I will say I would say the NBA in-season tournament so far has been a success. I mean, I've watched more of it than what I would have watched NBA if it wasn't going on. The games have been competitive. And that's why I don't watch a lot of the regular season NBA games, because you never know who's going to play. Right. If they do play, are they going to try? And these games have been competitive. I'm looking forward to watching the Pacers play the Bucks tomorrow night after the Pacers got that big win over the over the Celtics on what was that, Monday night? Yeah, Monday night. Pacers, the way they're playing, they're excited. They're fun to watch.
Yep.
I mean, they got to get better on. They got to improve on the defensive side of the ball. But with the way we're playing on offense, we can play. If we play defense, especially if we play defense like we did against Boston on Monday night, we play defense like that. Pacers are going to be in a lot of games and have a chance to go to the playoffs and maybe make some kind of a run. If our defense can keep improving. But yeah, I knew people were going to go crazy as soon as they gave that. I saw the highlights of that timeout call, and I'm like, really? That's how this game's going to end.
Will you be surprised if the Lakers aren't in the finals of this?
I'm not going to say I'd be surprised if not, because Pelicans are playing some good basketball. So I do think that's going to be a good game. So I mean, I think the Pelicans have a shot to beat.
I'm saying from the standpoint, if there's any close calls, they're probably going to go the Lakers' way.
Yeah, they could.
And maybe the same way with Milwaukee and the Pacers, because who would they rather have in there? But probably would much rather have Milwaukee and the Lakers.
NBA, from an NBA standpoint, yeah, they would rather have Milwaukee versus Lakers. They
wouldn't want the Pelicans and the Pacers.
Yeah, they're gonna get more people interested in views if it's Bucks against Lakers. I hate to say that because I'm a Pacer fan. I hope Pacers beat the Bucks, but if the NBA had their choice, they ain't taking the Pacers and the Pelicans. Oh yeah, Glenn, their closeout defense on Monday was real good, and that's what they have to do. If they can play closeout defense like that more consistently, they're gonna be tough. Because Halliburton's one of the best. He's making his way as one of the best players in the league, but I would say he's one of the best point guards in the league right now.
I'd say he's probably the best playing the best right now. The other thing on the Pacers too, Chris, I agree with you on the closeout defense, but they got to quit getting off to bad starts in the first quarter. They do that quite a bit. If they can keep from doing that and steady their defense, especially like you said, the closeout, which it's gotten better as the seasons went out in the fourth quarter. Definitely, I'd like to see the defense get better during the whole game, but their closeout defense has been getting better.
Yeah. Well, against Boston, they played pretty good defense most of that game.
They did. I mean,
for a change.
Yeah, I mean, what Boston scored
112,
something
like that.
Some people think that's a lot, which it is, but that's good for the Pacers.
Well, in this era of the NBA, if you can hold a team under 115, you're going to have a good chance of winning.
Especially where the Pacers scored.
Billy said Reggie Miller, greatest shit talker to ever play the game.
Yep, and
Reggie is my favorite player.
You think?
I loved watching Reggie.
You think might have been a top 5 shooter? Definitely top 10. But I think he might be top 5. The 3-point. If you think what the 3-point, what it would be now? What would he have?
If he got to play in this era where it's all about shooting threes, oh man, and guys can't hand check you like they could back then, it'd be interesting what Reggie would average. It definitely would have been it. Before we get into the picks, I did have something I was wanting to ask, because I heard this on the radio last night when I was on my way home, or it might have been actually it was on my way when I was on my way over to Craig's to go watch the IU game. There's like 12 or 13 backup quarterbacks playing right now in the NFL, and they were saying on the radio that there's been a lot of fans and some media that are calling for the NFL to do something to protect the quarterbacks better, so we wouldn't have all the quarterback injuries and having all these backup quarterbacks playing. What the hell do they want the NFL to do? If you add any more protections to a quarterback, the quarterbacks will basically be playing touch football.
Yeah.
I mean, what are you going to do?
That'll be the only thing you can do, put flags on.
Or I mean, what do you want them to do? Have the quarterbacks wear a red jersey like they do at practice, and hey, you can't hit them? I I mean,
don't they niggas just put flags on them and say that's the only way you can stop them? Pull the flag.
It's football. There's going to be it sucks, but there's going to be injuries. But that's part of.
And
that's part of it.
A lot of the injuries wasn't done from a real bad tackle. Several of the injuries was just done from non-contact, and then there's been some contact too. But I mean, not that they were bad tackles or anything. It was just football.
Yeah, you can't. I mean, there ain't much. The quarterbacks already get so much. The quarterbacks already get so much protection as it is. You can't hit them below the knee. You can't hit them above the shoulder. If you land on them with all your weight, they'll call you for freaking roughing the passer. So I mean, if you add anything else to it, you might as well send them out there with a damn red jersey like they wear at practice and say you can't touch them. And that's not football. Then you're really the defense is already at a disadvantage, and you're putting them at a bigger disadvantage. But I was like, yeah, that makes no sense at all. I mean, what? And I'll give the guys that were on the radio talking about. They were saying the same thing. Like, what do you want them to do? There's nothing the NFL can do. They've done that. They've done everything they can to try to make the game safer. Actually, I think they've done a little too much. But I mean, they've done about anything you can do, especially when it comes to protecting the quarterback. I mean, hell, they're making it almost impossible for a lot of teams to even be able to play defense. A lot of these guys play defense because, you can make a good tackle and they call you for a penalty. A guy hit Patrick Mahomes on the sideline inbounds and got called for unnecessary roughness. Yeah. Personal foul.
Said he hit him out of bounds. Then he was inbound.
Trying to get a first down. I mean, you're just supposed to give the guy a first down? I mean, it's just,
yeah, they got a makeup call though after that.
Oh yeah, but I mean, yeah, they did, but and I understand a lot of people don't, and a lot of the fans that are complaining about it. There's one reason they're complaining. They're not complaining about it because they're mad that they care about the guy's health. They're complaining about it because of their fantasy football team. I had this quarterback in fantasy football, and he's got hurt, and he's out for the season, and it fucked up my fantasy. That's why a lot of fans care. That's why fans care more about it more now than they used to. That and betting.
Well, also, I mean, you could say, hey, say right now, well, a few years ago, Colts lost their starting quarterback, and they went 1-15. Yeah. People get upset about that. I mean, we're on our backup quarterback, but hey, we're playing football and trying to make the playoffs and being competitive. That's all I ask. See our teams do is be competitive. I mean, it'd be great to win a championship. I hope they do, but
Hey, how's it going, David?
Only one team's going to win a championship, so you just gotta. But if we can be competitive year in, year out's what I want to see from our sports teams that we like.
Yeah, no, it sucks Anthony Richardson got hurt because not only did it sucks that he's not playing. It hurt our team this year, but it also can hurt our team for next year because he didn't get that time, the experience and stuff to develop even more this year. It sets us back a little bit, but it can happen. I mean, look, it could have been even worse. It could have been like Aaron Rodgers, you get hurt in the third play of the game, and things happen. It's not like it just can happen to one team. It can happen to any team. And this year, it seems like a lot of quarterbacks have been out, but some of them have been non-contact injuries. Some of them have just been, injuries you're going to get. Like Trevor Lawrence, part of that was he got stepped on by his own offensive lineman on his ankle, and he got caught under him. Then he got hit and got rolled over it, which they think he'll be back on. They don't know how long, but he got.
I got a question. Not that, I just thought of it. If the Pacers win, and what would the championship game be?
It's in Vegas.
It's in Vegas. Okay.
They'll play Vegas tomorrow night, and then the championship game's also in Vegas.
Okay. So they don't go to Milwaukee; they go to Vegas.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Both semifinals game and the championship game are all in Vegas.
The championship game Saturday night, I believe.
Yep. Okay. You have the place Saturday championship game Saturday in Vegas. So yeah, if they can win tomorrow night, or it's an early game. That's why I didn't get it. I looked it up. I think it was at 5:00.
When?
Tomorrow.
Really? They didn't give you Vegas time, did they?
I wouldn't have thought, because
if it's 5:00 our time, it's going to be at 2:00 in the afternoon.
That's what. Yeah.
David said 5
I was
p.m.
gonna say when I looked it up, it said 5. I'm like, really? That's why I said that's like 2:00 in Vegas.
You have to remind me of that. I'll watch that game. I might watch both of them.
Because I was telling Craig that last night because he asked what time they wait or
Yeah, we got Thursday night football. I don't think there's anything real great.
it's Steelers and Steelers and Patriots,
Yeah.
man.
God,
That's
man.
gonna be an awesome game. What are you talking about?
Man, if I was
Two of the most historic franchises in the NFL going at it.
if I was, who's got the Thursday night games? What's that called? I know it's
That's why they're doing it, trying to do it before the. Yeah, I get that, David. I guess they're trying to do it because of the Thursday night football, so it's kind of doing it. I guess they think they'll get better ratings if they split it up.
Is it Prime? Prime's got the Thursday night games. If I was Prime, I'd be pissed off with the games they give me, man. They give them some horrible freaking games. They get the worst game every week, Thursday night.
Yeah, but I mean, it's hard because you never know what teams are going to be, how teams are going to be either at the beginning of the season when you make the schedule. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but there's
I mean, you would have. I mean, you would have thought that the Steelers and Patriots had chances to be.
Was Denver great last year?
No.
Okay, why is Denver on every freaking week?
I don't know. Denver. I don't know how they got all the damn primetime games they got this year. I agree. No, I understand that, but I'm just saying, like Pittsburgh and New England. I could see when you're making the schedule, you could think that was going to be a pretty good game the way that, but you wouldn't think it was going to be as bad as it probably is going to be, especially now that both of them are on backup quarterbacks. Oh, right.
Have you seen the point spread for the over-under for the Indiana-Milwaukee game?
No, I haven't even looked at that game yet.
Right now, it's 254.5.
That don't surprise me because I think the Bucks scored.
At least what I looked at.
The Bucks scored like 140 something points. They scored a lot of points last night, and the Pacers were capable of scoring a lot of points. So yeah, that could be a high scoring game. But yeah, I don't know if I'd. Man, it'd be hard to take the over.
I think right now I'm going to take the under.
I took the over the Pacer and Celtics the other night, and then they decided to play some
defense.
Yeah, I think the over under for the Steelers and Patriots it was like at 29 or 30 or something.
I seen 30. I would say that
it's at on FanDuel. It's at 30.5 right now.
When I looked at Odd Sharks, it was 30, and I just don't know.
I think it's probably going to be under. Patriots have both teams have pretty good defenses, and neither team's offense is very good.
Who's Pittsburgh going to start at the quarterback? You know yet? Trubisky?
Yes. But man, it's going to make some Steelers fans mad. But honestly, how big of a drop off is that from Pickett?
A little,
you know what I mean? I don't know. All right, we'll jump into today's games. NBA. I'm going to go with the Heat at the plus 4.5 against the Toronto Raptors. That's the Heat are on the road against the Raptors. Raptors are minus 172 on the money line. Heat are plus 144 on the money line. Raptors are 4.5 point favorites. Over unders at 220. I like the Heat in that game at the plus 4.5. Then we'll take the Thunder at the minus 2.5 against the Houston Rockets. Or actually, that's went to 2, so I'm gonna take the Thunder at the minus 2. On the road at Houston, Thunder minus 122 on the money line. The Rockets are plus 104 on the money line. Over-unders at 226 in that game. Then we'll take the Bulls at the minus 4.5 against the Hornets. Bulls are minus 190 on the money line. The Hornets are plus 160 on the money line. Over-unders at 219. But, yeah, I like the Bulls in that one. And in my last game, I'm going to take the Nuggets at the plus 1.5 against the Los Angeles Clippers. Clippers are minus 116 on the money line at home. Nuggets are minus 102. So game's almost a pick 'em, but I'm gonna go with the Nuggets at the plus 1.5. So that's gonna be my NBA picks: Heat plus 4.5, Thunder minus 2, Bulls minus 4.5, and the Nuggets at the plus 1.5.
Okay, my NBA picks for tonight. I got Orlando plus 4.5 at Cleveland. I got Philadelphia minus 10 at Washington. I've got Charlotte at Chicago. I'll take Chicago minus 4.5, and I got Denver plus 1.5 at the Clippers.
All right. Hockey tonight. I got 2 games. I'm taking the Lightning on the money line at home against the Penguins. I'm going to take the Golden Knights on the road on the money line against the Blues. That's going to be my two hockey picks.
Okay, I got 4 hockey picks for tonight. I got Dallas money line at Florida, Pittsburgh at Tampa Bay. I'll take Tampa Bay money line. I got Vegas money line at the Blues, and I got Carolina at Edmonton. I'll take Edmonton money line.
All right, then I have a couple college basketball games. I'm going to take Ball State against Detroit Mercy. Ball State is at plus 1.5. Ball State's 6-2 on the season. Detroit Mercy is 0-8 on the season, and they got Detroit Mercy as a favorite at home. So I'm taking Ball State at the plus 1.5 in that game, and then I'm going to take Texas plus 8.5 against Marquette. So I'm going to go with two dogs in the college basketball tonight.
Okay, I didn't do any college basketball.
Yeah, it kind of surprised me that Ball State was a.
Yeah, they've been playing pretty decent.
Well, yeah, Ball State's not bad. Hasn't been playing bad. It surprised me they were an underdog in that game, but I guess sometimes that's how it works out. But well, that's basically all the games for tonight because no college or football right now. No NFL tonight. Tomorrow there'll be NFL. Also have the in-season tournament NBA semifinal games tomorrow. No college football tomorrow either. There's no more college football. I think there's one game on Saturday, and then there's nothing until for a couple weeks. Be some hockey tomorrow. And there's only like 4 or 5 hockey games.
Yeah, I hadn't
Tonight.
looked
There
up.
weren't a whole lot of hockey games tonight. So I'm sure we'll get probably a bigger slate of hockey for tomorrow. Of course, college basketball. Hell, seems like there's 100 games a damn night. But right now, it's still with some of the non-conference games and these tournaments you're getting ready, these holiday tournaments you're getting ready to have. Some of the spreads are just so outrageous, man. It's hard to take a team at minus 25, minus 30 points, and I kind of stay away from a lot of those games. I mean, you see some of them covered, but man, that's just a lot of points. But all right, before we get out of here, my picks are 702 and 540 on the season, or on the year, I should say, not on the season, on the year. NBA tonight, Heat plus 4.5, Thunder minus 2, Bulls minus 4.5, and Nuggets at the plus 1.5. I'm going to take the NHL Lightning money line against the Penguins and the Golden Knights money line against the Blues. And in college basketball, Ball State plus 1.5 and Texas at the plus 8.5. That's going to be my picks for tonight.
Okay, my picks for, for tonight, I got NBA, Orlando plus 4.5 at Cleveland, Philadelphia minus 10 at Washington, Charlotte at the Bulls. I'll take the Bulls minus 4.5, and I got Denver plus 1.5 at the Clippers. NHL for tonight, I got Dallas money line at Florida, Pittsburgh at Tampa Bay. I'll take Tampa Bay money line, Vegas money line at the St. Louis Blues, and Carolina at the Edmonton Oilers. I'll take the Oilers money line.
All right. Also, if you haven't checked out the FEW Frontier Elite Wrestling Retaliation from Sunday, go on our YouTube page, check that out. Please hit that subscribe button on YouTube at Gonzo Sports Room. Like, follow Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, all at Gonzo Sports Room as well. Also, tomorrow we'll be having pro wrestler Chris Chaos and manager Warren Misery on the show tomorrow night for an interview. So join us tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Is that right?
Yes. It's 8.
I wrote it down somewhere.
It's 8.
Tomorrow, 8 o'clock. You can find that Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, all at Gonzo Sports Room. We appreciate everybody watching. We'll be back tomorrow right around 3 o'clock with another episode of Easy Money, a sports betting show. Enjoy tonight's games, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.